Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a late night edition of the 2022 Zelda 1 Randomizer Tournament. We've got a 1-3 matchup for you tonight between Eat My Steel and Dragondarch, both very seasoned runners in the Zelda 1 Randomizer community. I am 8gen. Tonight I am joined by Lorgon. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight?
I just got home from work. I had some Dominoes, I've got some sweet tea, and I've got some Zelda 1 Randomizer. I think I'm set.
Sounds like you're in good shape. I just had a little snack and I'm ready to go as well. I had a nap earlier today, and so I'm ready for some late night Zelda.
Oh, I'm jealous. Adult naps are so underrated.
Naps are great things. I've always been a big fan of the afternoon nap.
So we'll get underway here pretty shortly. But like I was saying, Eat My Steel Dragonarch both been around for, I'm not the big stat guy like BT, and I don't pull things out like Fury, but I know they've been around for at least a few years. Dragondarch since closer to the inception. So very very seasoned runners. Dragondarch running with the legacy of the Wizard sprite set, since I know that's going to come up. There's a lot of pretty unique sprite sets in there, and I'm not quite sure what Eat My Steel has going on over there, but looks like an old lady of some sort.
Indeed, so many fun sprites that different folks play around with in this randomizer. And yeah, people were talking about like such a deep field. Yeah, there's been so many runners. What do we still have, like 81 people or whatever? I'm glad that there's 6 weeks of Swiss, and so that'll give people a chance to get things sorted, even if they've had some unlucky draws early in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean the fact that these guys are 1-3 really kind of blows my mind, honestly, because they're both really good people at this game. And just the fact that they're 1-3 it's a lot of it too. Is this is a really weird flag set in that there's a very specific right order to seeds most of the time, and if you don't get that, it's kind of very difficult to come back. And that's just the nature of how this seed works. And with the extra bosses and such, it can be a little difficult sometimes if you don't find those items. But we're off.
And the runners are greeted with a vanilla 30 medium secret right at the start.
Ooh, boy, baby. Gotta love them Lionels on the Overworld. Lionels and Dark Nuts. I mean, at least they're not in the dungeons.
Yeah, it's one of those things that might make things a little bit slow here for the runners at the outset, trying to traverse the overworld, but it'll probably speed things up later on in the seed once they're digging dungeons.
How about that minimum cost arrow at 60? You like to see that, and close to start to boot. I thought we had a ladder there for a second, then I forgot that's just what this sprite looks like.
Just some gambling, so we won't see runners returning to the Death Armor screen anytime soon.
Yeah, pretty good centralized start zone here. You got pretty good access to scroll over to the side. 62 for a candle, 35 for bombs. Not terrible. The bomb price is pretty crappy, but...
And yeah, to answer a question in chat, yeah, I thought I was looking earlier and I thought that they were possibly 2-2 runners as well, so I wonder if we just have the wrong information up there in the tracker.
Could be. I did not have time to take a look, so... If that's the case, still, the fact that they're both 2-2,
yeah,
a little surprising. I mean, I myself was 2-2, and I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years. You have... The field is so incredibly deep. There's so many good runners. There's a lot of people that have come over from vanilla Zelda runs who are translating their speedrunning skills into the randomizer, and so the field has gotten really deep, and there's a lot of really fierce competitors.
Alright, but both runners starting to branch out and get a lot of these open caves near the start screen. Checked out. So far, nothing of significance. But we have Dragon heading over to Vanilla 1.
18 small secret too, so that's kind of nice.
Where they find another medium secret for 30. And yeah, at this point, sitting on some money. Could go ahead and buy that 60 that we saw before, was it?
62 candle, I like this move. Get it? You're going to be able to route along the way. It's a good call.
Indeed, yeah, especially where the start screen is situated. You're kind of right in between the forests with all the burnable trees, so This is going to open up a lot of spots quickly for Dragon, including the letter.
It also basically allots you 1 extra heart from the Take Any Caves if you run into those, and it means you can get your white sword item a little bit quicker. Or at least guarantee that you're going to.
Alright, but Eat My Steel is actually, looks like, going to make a play over towards the Armos that's up on Death Mountain.
Yeah, we see a little bit of a different priority set here, whereas Dragondarch is working on clearing the overworld a little bit methodically. EMS is working towards those Armos. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an up and A after this, and maybe actually we're going to buy a candle here, so that might change his routing a bit, but I would assume he's going to head towards the east and check those final 3 spots. All right, we do have confirmation. They are 2 and 2, and it has been corrected on screen. So still, again, pretty amazing that both of these runners have lost 2 races. And we find Asylum 2 up at the Grave Armos. EMS going to take a quick dip in here and see what he can find. And it looks like a whole lot of nothing unless we can pirouette this door.
Yeah, with Gibdos, the blue candle is not going to be enough to clear any rooms. And yeah, without the pirouette opening anything up, that's going to be a place to return to in the future.
I have a little suspicion that that might be a segmented too. We'll see later, but whenever you see one of those where it doesn't open up at the start and you have a block room like that right next to it, I always feel like it's segmented. Meanwhile, our runners are gonna take a high 5 here, go in the opposite direction.
But
gotta
both
love
are
it.
coming up relatively empty in terms of the other things over here at the grave, in the graveyard, Net Vanilla 6. Nothing much to speak of.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to head east and see what we can find here.
Yeah, and I can imagine both runners possibly continuing back to get to the forest and heading over toward the Eastern Armos at this point. Getting that early item, I find, is usually pretty key, and now that both runners have a torch, there'll be a lot of burnable trees along the way.
Yeah, Eat My Steel not even bothering to go to the Deadwood burn spots and is just heading directly towards the east. Twisted my words, unfortunately, my apologies. Not wanting to scroll on some of those more difficult screens, you can still get hit with the sword, which, you know, is painful when you got 3 hearts. Dragondarch also finding level 2 here. We're probably going to come up to the same conclusion.
But in the meantime, Eat My Steel is starting to burn a little bit of the forest that's right near Vanilla Start. Just found a few more little secret pickups. We still haven't seen the large secret in the seed to know how much money the runners will be up for. But yeah, it's been a little bit front-loaded in terms of the runners finding the secrets as opposed to the door repairs. I think we've only possibly seen one of them so far.
I'm going to go with an 81 large secret.
That's a very precise guess. I'll be generous and go for 132.
Sounds good. Yeah, not even bothering with these bushes, going straight for the Armos. There's a lot of players that have started prioritizing the Armos just because if it's a sword or it's a ladder, and it's one of those things too where you're looking for your wood sword, but depending on what that item is, it can determine where your wood sword can be located. If it's a red candle, every burn bush is a possibility. If it's a ladder and the red candle's on the coat or on the ladder spot, it's also could be any burn spot. Power bracelet and so on and so forth. So it gives you additional information on where to look for your wood sword.
Well, Dragondarch there managed to find a Take Any, and they chose to go ahead and take a heart since they've already got a torch. We found level 7 was located at Vanilla, level 8 at the Dead End Tree.
I missed the coast item.
I just missed it too. I was hoping you saw it.
It blended in because of the sprite, so I'm guessing it's like the bow or the Aniki. Okay, yeah. So it's something that kind of blended in a little bit. Aniki is a great item, and there's the sword, so the east is the place to be.
Indeed. Not only are you going to get an Armos item, but you're also going to get your wood sword right over here in this cluster of cluster of things in the northeast portion of the forest.
Yeah, Dragondarch not too far behind here, so they're gonna find their sword quick enough. And unfortunately, Eat My Steel takes a death, so gonna have to make his way back over that direction.
And we have the first any road for Dragondarch, and wow, it goes 2 screens away.
Oh, these
and
are
a few more screens away. So far, everything is in the east. We got one more chance. Oh my goodness. All right, the any roads are basically useless today, unless you want to travel like 3 screens north and south over on the east side of the map, so.
Terrible. Oh, that's even worse.
And a container heart. That said, Dragondarch is now up to 5 hearts, and so if the White Sword Cave does get located, it has a good chance of being able to lift that item.
Indeed, and gonna find their sword here soon enough, so
Yes.
that'll put us on a little bit of a trek. I would probably, I mean, obviously you're gonna still route your Overworld, and we find heart number 6, so guaranteed to have the White Sword item when found.
I see, and I guess Eat My Steel had died just before being able to get that, and so yeah, that was actually still a couple of valuable items over there. Eat My Steel does go back there, but I like the fact that Eat My Steel chose to take a different direction after that death and check out some of the Deadwood spots.
Yeah, might as well while you're there. But yeah, there's lots of goodies over here in the east. So we know where level 2 is. I'm actually just going to go ahead and drop the 35 on 4 bombs. I don't mind this. I might save here, just so I can check these few spots by start and maybe save scum myself a couple of bombs, but I'm a dirty save scummer.
Dragon being very safe to make sure it gets into this cave and is rewarded with the sword, or whatever the corresponding sprite is.
Wand orb? Wand orb? I don't know. A warb? We're gonna call it a warb.
First bomb, time bomb set. Get out fast. How appropriate.
And level 7, I don't know that there's again. So levels are one of those things that it kind of differs depending on who you are, but a lot of it seems like people who finish with faster times tend to prioritize clearing the overworld and only doing low-end dungeons instead of diving the big ones first. At least that's been kind of my experience watching and you know, having talked to the people who run this a lot. Not to say that there's a wrong way of doing it, it's just, you know, a statistical observation.
Right, there's so many factors that go into it, too. The enemy set, even if it's a large dungeon, like if you go into the first 3 rooms and it's kind of all easy enemies and you already have a wood sword, that's another thing that could start swinging it back in favor of possibly going ahead and trying to dive the dungeons. And sure enough, Dragon over here has managed to, I guess that was the Triforce.
Yeah, that is the Triforce, and this is, I'm trying to understand the sprites. It's Stelphos, looks like Stelphos, Tektites, and ropes, so not terrible overall.
Goma shuttered him into a room over there, but it didn't have a push block, and so isn't going to be one that's necessary in level 7. I think Dragon's probably going to peek around just a little bit more and see if perhaps they can find a basement item before grabbing that Triforce and going. But I could also see possibly turning around if they don't find the map or find anything else promising here, because like you said, you don't necessarily want to spend too much time diving an early dungeon, and sure enough, grabs the Triforce and heads on out.
Yeah, EMS getting the bad news about the any roads. I'm going to pick up these couple of hearts as well. And you know, Dragondarch saw 2 Gomas, and so at that point, I'm just bailing. There's too much going on there. There's shutter doors and all sorts of stuff going on. You got your Triforce. It's not that far to get to. You can always find the recorder later. Right now, Dragondarch, they really need to find some bombs. EMS has found a couple of bomb packs so far and is able to open up some of these bomb caves. I know the feeling. I've gone like 25 minutes before without a bomb drop, and it is infuriating.
And yeah, to answer the question in chat, the Armos item was indeed the container heart. And so that's how Dragon has gotten as many hearts as they have. Picked up 2 take-any's and the container heart from the Armos.
Yeah, so talking about dungeons, we got Wizrobes, Pul's Voice, Gibdos, and probably Gorilla. So depending on how those mix, that can be a little bit frustrating, but getting Lionels and Darknuts out of the dungeons is nice too. Lionels especially, there's nothing worse than like an 8 blue Lionel room with fireballs that you have to go through.
And I haven't noticed if we've seen either of the runners actually kill one of the red Darknuts. They do seem to be pretty plentiful in the overworld, but I'm wondering if they rolled up or down, because that seems to be one of our key bomb droppers that I've actually seen on a number of screens.
Yeah, your options are going to be the red Darknuts, the blue Lionels, or the blue Octoroks on the overworld. And I haven't seen too many screens that support the Octoroks, and
Yeah.
Dragondarch just gonna buy the bombs,
Yep.
and I don't blame them at all.
Oh, large is 102. It was kind of right in between our guesses, so there you go.
Almost dead
Yeah,
middle.
they've
That's
all
pretty awesome.
been, yeah, very close to vanilla.
And finds another one there, or maybe that's no, that's down. Yeah, so yeah, lots of money. So why not spend the money? You drop 70 on bombs, you get back 120. Not a bad investment. Or yeah, 120. Ooh,
Cheap
cheap
meat is
bait.
only 58, and yeah, Dragon's going to go ahead and make that purchase. Yeah, with this particular flag set and experienced runners who won't necessarily need to purchase the blue ring, there's typically plenty of money, and since this one didn't really roll down to any significance, I don't imagine that money's going to be a problem for the runners. The one exception, I guess, is potentially if we end up with a lot of key block dungeons and the runners actually need to purchase keys. Although we saw the any key was on the coast, so the ladder could turn that around.
Yeah, indeed. The one thing Dragondarch hasn't purchased yet is arrows, but we do know they're only 60, so not bad. And generally speaking, I will reserve a blue ring purchase for if I go into dungeons and I see that there's something I just don't want to deal with. Got a bad Wizrobe room, or you've got a lot of Patras, things like that. I'm generally going to go invest in a blue ring if I can.
My Steel is now going to screen scroll over to vanilla level 5. I think this is our first peek over in the Lost Hills section. And hey, the white sword item happens to be the recorder today. And since both of our runners already have 6 hearts, it's going to be a guaranteed pickup. That's a useful item for Eat My Steel.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Going to be able to get back to this dungeons pretty easily, which is the main thing with it. Be able to take out dig doggers in the dungeons. We haven't seen any yet, but those have been prevalent as far as blocks go.
And Dragon just purchased the wood arrow, and I think possibly someone in chat said Eat My Steel might have purchased the wood arrow earlier as well. I haven't looked at his inventory recently, but it might be the case that both of our racers already have picked that up as well.
Yes, I believe both runners have picked up the arrows. Which again, it's one of those nice things to get. You've seen Gomas already, at least on Dragondarch's side. You know that there's going to be Pul's Voice in the dungeons. So it's nice to have those arrows sitting there waiting for when you find the bow. That way you can just start taking things out. And it's also, if you got a wood sword and you've got extra money sitting around, it's 2 damage. So it makes your rooms go just a little bit faster.
And Eat My Steel decides to start spending some of the extra money on a key, which is good because he was at 0. And so that one key could already potentially unlock a dungeon where he might have been locked out before.
Yeah, 82 rupees, not the cheapest, but also not bad of a price, honestly.
And it looks like Eat My Steel is now going to do Forgotten Spot and possibly turn this into a little bit of Death Mountain play with the remaining bombs. There's a blue ring shop at Forgotten Spot.
May dip into level 2 also, since it's right up here.
Oh, that's right. I've forgotten. It's at the Armos, correct?
Oh, and here's level 1. I was pretty sure that Eat My Steel was up here. I think this was the letter cave. But I don't remember
if Eat My Steel got... Yeah,
Seems like that would be hard to miss.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like he might have been up in the northeast. Maybe I misremembered.
It could have been a key situation.
Yeah, it could have been the key door, and that's why he purchased the key. That was probably it.
All right, gonna bomb a couple of walls here. I'm telling you, this is gonna be it's staircase. It's just set up to be a staircase.
Is this like the 5th Goma that we've already seen already in the seed?
Well, and
oh my goodness.
I'm really surprised that Eat My Steel is bailing here without killing the Gibdos to check to see if that's a staircase, because obviously gonna go buy. I think I'm gonna buy some bombs here, but I'm fairly positive that that's gonna be a segment. Question in chat: what is pirouette? So with Zelda 1, whenever you enter a dungeon, you can leave and walk back in, and it will open the corresponding opposite direction of what screen you transition from. So it's kind of weird. So if you just walk out of the dungeon and walk back in, it will open the door that's across from you. If you were to transition to the right and then walk back in and enter the dungeon, it will open the door on the opposite side. It's a way to basically save keys or save a bomb, and you know, preserve resources and make sure open doors and such.
All right, so sure enough, it is the segmented level as you suspected.
I don't know, man. I'm just telling you. Whenever you walk in and you can't pirouette an opening and there's a staircase, it just always. Oh no!
It's another Goma.
Why? Why game? Okay,
right, but it might not be required because we are able to bomb out, but now we're ladder required. Okay, so it's either ladder or bow blocked in level 2.
Wow! And level 1 apparently is not accessible either. What a game!
Alright, Eat My Steel has discovered level 5. Here at the bomb spot at the grave.
And just gonna tap on out.
I think he's actually doing the pirouette on the
okay.
Overworld in order to try to open the left door. So yeah, since someone was asking in the chat, he just transitioned from left to right, and so that's unlocked the left door here in the lobby.
I say I've seen several occasions where if it's not 1, 2, 3, or 4, where runners have just dipped right away. And
yeah, there's a number of people, especially if you're really good at screen scrolling the Overworld or whatever, who like to kind of map out the entire world before they start dipping dungeons. Like that's, you know, a little bit too extreme and prescriptive, but yeah, a lot of people like to know what they're in for before they start really making any choices.
Grabs a couple of keys on the floor, which is fantastic. So up to 3, get some bombs. So far this has been a pretty tame level 5. Possible. Oh no!
Oh look, it's a Goma. We haven't seen one of those before.
Oh look, there's one on the other side too.
Oh look, it's a Goma.
Oh my god!
I haven't been actually keeping count, but I think that is at least 7, possibly 8 unique Gomas that we've already seen here in the first 20 minutes of the seed.
EMS trying to do a dance there, and unfortunately, that's pretty hard to get through. We got a compass on level 1 side here for Dragondarch, and they're gonna have to burn a key to get to their Triforce. We haven't seen any items here yet either, which is
wait. There's items in this game,
right? We got like the little Metroid-like legs.
I like the use of the bomb there on the Aquamentus, just in case he started backing up. That was, given the position of the moat, you needed to take advantage of Aquamentus being up front in order to hit him. Sadly, the room did not pay off.
Back-to-back old men. Have you tried casting magic missiles at the darkness? I love some of this stuff. And we have a ladder
another
block.
Potential ladder block here in level 5. There's still some bomb possibilities. But having seen that much of the dungeon,
I don't think he bombed up from that
exactly.
room,
I don't think
which
he
is a
bombed
possibility.
To the north, but
first item of the game. Oh, no interested. Not interested. Especially when he's already got the regular boomerang. So we had both. We had both boomerangs in level 1. How unfortunate. Second Triforce, though, so 2 Triforce lead here for Dragondarch. Eat My Steel gonna go ahead and burn the forest here. Try to find something helpful.
Well, bomb shop could be helpful later.
It's just a shame they're so expensive. I think the last... including... so I played one, my seed was 39 rupees. And then the last 3 that I've done comms on have all been 35 or higher. So apparently I'm just bad luck when it comes to bombs. A level here, Asylum 6. I think we saw this earlier.
So both runners have the recorder at this point, now that Dragondarch just found the White Sword Cave.
Yeah, and this is going to afford Dragondarch the ability to get around the overworld a lot faster. Has level 7's Triforce, which toots right over to the forest and such, so going to allow for a little bit quicker maneuverability. Possible item room here in level 6. I don't think Dragondarch bombed down here. And just the staircase.
Nevertheless, given the way that so far the seed has been going, yeah, diving 6 actually doesn't sound as unappealing. Oh, Patra on the other side. Just dip right out of there.
Yeah, we've done quite a few checks that's not Death Mountain at this point. So, you know, kind of take what the seed gives you. Unfortunately, with no maps, these can be really frustrating to navigate.
I think Dragondarch might have just done a bomb force there. I wasn't sure what enemy he was fighting, but just bombed an enemy after killing some others and got a bomb pack out of it, so nice work there in a seed where bombs have been a little hard to come by.
Recorder not going to be our block today either, so still looking for the power bracelet or the raft. Moldorm's rolled up a little bit.
Tracker is coming back to life. We've got the recorders popping up. I think, did we say Dragondarch got the Triforce out of one and is the one who has both boomerangs?
Just the banana did not pick up the scrap metal.
I see.
EMS gonna hardcore pass on the Patra, blocking 2 shutter doors. Gonna say possible item, but nope. We have a shutter door here as well. Fairly nice, easy set though for enemies. Nothing too dangerous to deal with.
I appreciate that Eat My Steel left that rupee on the floor to stay at 111. I'm Lorgon 111, so I approve this.
There you go. Used 1 key in there, not willing to use anymore. So gonna bow on out and kind of check the rest of the forest here.
So remind me, are levels 3, 4, and 8 still missing in action? As well as 9.
That sounds correct. And we always gotta hope as observers that they're all under the power bracelet spot, or 1's under the power bracelet spot and 2 are under the raft spot, but the power bracelet is buried deep in level 6. And the raft obviously is in the power bracelet block dungeon.
Alright, well, Eat My Steel is finally going up here to the northeast, so perhaps he's about to either discover or rediscover Dungeon 1, and can catch back up on some of the items that Dragon managed to get in the meantime.
Yep, gonna go ahead and just use this key to go to the right. I'm yet by oh man, just gonna use another one. At least gets 1 back for the effort. I think you have to go to the left and go down, which also requires a key. Nice use of the fire boost.
Yeah, candle boost there. To take less damage from the land mola.
And meanwhile, Dragondarch going to make the way back to level 2 after... Man, we are just dropping the bank on bombs this seed.
Yes, the bomb salesmen are definitely putting their kids through school on this one.
It's just unfortunate because you don't have Moblins or Guerrilla on the overworld, and so you don't want to fight Dark Nuts to try to get your bombs.
And it's also potentially going to make things challenging. Hey, now Dragondarch has 111 rupees. Nice. It's going to make things potentially challenging. Like, if they do find a bomb upgrade, like, they might not have the money for it at some point a little bit later. I guess they bought most of the major things, but...
Yeah, I mean, outside of keys, which, with the way that they've been burning through so far, I'm going to be a little bit leery to use my rupee stash until I know I've got that ladder to get the any key.
Yeah. Ladder's going to be really key.
So it's one of those things you might take a mental note of where those bomb upgrades are and go pick them back up at a later time. And he does not bomb the correct wall there, unfortunately. And out of bombs. Meanwhile, Dragondarch doing the best that they can do to avoid all of these key doors, and I'm afraid that we're going to have to burn a few keys to get anywhere. We saw Eat My Steel use a couple and not find anything in particular.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Dragondarch is currently at 8 bombs to see if they choose to try bombing the north end, where we didn't see My Steel bomb in level 5, and perhaps find another way through this dungeon.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It was that Goma room is the one that I was kind of interested in, that north side of the NSU. And also just decided to exit on out. Of course, we could try to bomb north here as well. I don't think EMS bombed north in this Aquamenta's room.
Eat My Steel is going to go pay a visit to the ferry, have a nice little chat, catch up on all the local gossip around Hyrule, and then move on along.
Dragondarch also not going to bomb said wall, so will be interesting to see where we find our next level of progression, because we know 1's not it, we know 2's not it. I wonder if this will kind of clue them in to go back and try that Goma room to try to progress a little bit more.
That spot near the ferry, it had a blue Octorok, and just south of that screen on the Overworld also had a bunch of red Darknuts, so that's actually not a bad spot if they do end up strapped for cash later on and need to pick up some bombs, try to get some. Eat My Steel is going to find another Take Any and grab another heart, bringing him up to 8. Dragondarch is also at 8 hearts. And so, if and when we find a magical sword, it seems like it might be in play later in the seed.
Yeah, Dragondarch also going to bail on the 5, come here to level 2.
But yeah, for 30 minutes in, this feels like a slow start for both the runners, I imagine.
Yeah, I know personally if I'm 30 minutes in and I have not picked up a Triforce yet, I'm feeling pretty bad. Obviously it's one we've only found 5 levels. 5 levels, and they've just all been blocked. And there's nothing you can do about that. It's just a case of extra bosses and the fact that you don't have a ladder.
Have we seen a map yet?
Yeah, and that, right? So I know that there's been many iterations of the algorithm for the map, but I'm telling you, I never find maps. And the reason why you don't is because of bosses. The extra bosses, a lot of times, these things are rolling into the boss rooms that you can't kill, like the Gomas or the Dig Doggers.
Gomas everywhere, and so yeah, that would explain it.
So while yes, the map may be in the first 2 rooms, when your first 2 rooms are Gomas and Dig Doggers, it doesn't actually do you anything. Meanwhile, we do have a level 8 here from Eat My Steel. I think this was up on Death Mountain.
Yes, and obviously with 2 potential items in here, this is a very valuable find. One has to imagine, hey, there's another Take Any over on Dragondarch's side. Get to take another heart, up to 9 container hearts at this point. And they're also on Death Mountain, and so I didn't see exactly, I guess it was just like 1 screen away from this level 8, perhaps.
There is the magical sword, and Eat My Steel also finding a heart on the floor, so at least we're keeping pace with each other on the heart count. CJ would be very happy. I did not see where this level 8 was. I have a hard time.
It might have been on the Armos screen just north of the other Armos.
Gotcha.
Up on Death Mountain? Maybe. I'm not certain about that.
I tunnel really hard.
The chat. Gotta have heart.
Yeah, I tunnel really hard on one runner.
Another Goma.
Yeah, Goma's everywhere.
Goma number 9, at least. I really need to start keeping a counter now.
I mean, have we seen, other than an Aquamentus, we haven't seen one Patra.
There is a Ruby boss. Don't forget the Ruby boss.
Okay, the Ruby boss. But it's been literally Gomas, 1 Patra, 1 Aquamentus, and Goma, and Goma, and Goma. Hey, there's another Patra.
Hey, there's another Patra. There we go.
I think that might be Patra number 3, actually, but still, it's like, holy cow. I do have to say, while they have a lot of HP, if I had to pick an enemy to deal with, Gibdos are it. They're bomb droppers, they're pretty easy to fight.
Especially in a nice open room like this.
Yeah. No, they're not dropping anything. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's a map! Oh my goodness!
Ah!
Oh, and the reward is this tank of a
It's
level
a yeah, it's a scorpion getting ready to sting him.
8. Scorpion had a little bit too many other bugs to eat before.
It's a fat scorpion. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well fed.
All right, these moblins go down in one hit. That's nice. Makes for a quick room. Dragondarch once again at 111 rupees. I'm gonna call it out each time I see it. Oh, look at this mugger!
Let your bomb down, please.
Hey,
All right.
Free mags, and he's gonna try to hold on to the heart and 5 keys that he doesn't have.
Yeah, 5 keys is so steep. Holy cow. Fortunately, the any key works on that, because otherwise you'd be like, who in their right mind?
Excellent job bombing the wall right before picking up the bombs in order to still be at maximum 8 bombs and get all these bomb holes out of this room. Meanwhile, Dragondarch has also found the entrance to level 8. The Triforce is down here in the bottom left. Another Goma number 10.
Oh, and that room is cordoned off by the mugger. Gotta hope your ladder's in that room.
I can only imagine.
Potential staircase here. We all know that it's going to be the transport. That's the only way this works.
Or just nothing.
And here's one for Dragondarch. And
oh!
Yeah, nice. I'll take a red ring.
Yeah.
That's 3 rooms in?
Definitely worth walking a few extra seconds to go ahead and pick that up. Only 30 minutes since I've changed into the seed.
How did EMS miss that? Oh, he just went down.
Yeah, it was just down versus right, I believe.
Wow. Dang, man. That's awesome. Free red ring. And the other item is the red candle.
It's also red. So they're the same, right? Red?
Yeah.
Red?
Yeah, well, I don't even mind this pickup. This is actually really nice. Most of your dungeon stuff is vulnerable to this. I mean, outside of Wizrobes and Pole's Voice, which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of Gyptos, actually. Like, I love the red candle versus Gypto. Yeah, I was going to use some right now.
Yeah, so he's gonna... I would imagine that EMS checks this, sees that it's not it, probably gets the Triforce, and then goes back in. And if they go directly to the right, which would be the smart play, you knock out that one room, you're gonna get out of here pretty quick out of this level 8 with both items. Unfortunately, not helping with our progress elsewhere.
That's true. We still don't know where the the blocker item is. I guess no one's whistled Recorder Lake since they both picked up the recorder that I can remember. Well, did they?
Dragondarch did. It was not the required item. So we still need a power bracelet or a raft. But I mean, still, walking out of here with a red ring and a red candle, which is a little bit of a combat
and I guess
upgrade.
It still could just be like East Death Mountain is going to have, level 4 or something.
I think EMS is on East Death Mountain, according to what chat said. We'll have to see where exactly this level 8's at, but we're running out of overworld places for things to be.
36 minutes. And EMS has a Tringle.
Do you go back in?
I think he might have actually just double-checked to see if that was his first Triforce.
Oh, that's a painful one, though. That free red ring. Oh.
He's got 9 hearts. I would definitely want to have the red ring, but...
Hey! You called it!
Level 4! Aha! East Death Mountain. Rupee Boss. For Dragon.
Yeah, Dragondarch gonna find this last item on the Triforce here pretty quickly as well. So the question is level 4 a dirty non-randomizer?
Hello.
We have a map.
It's a map. Dragondarch also escapes the mugger.
That is a
discover the
dolphin.
Triforce shortly.
That is 100% a dolphin. Or a fish of some sort.
I'm not sure if that was an accident that my skill just unlocked that door. I guess he's in
Me either.
north after clearing this.
I was kind of like, It seemed like it was not intentional, but I guess now it's whatever.
Yeah, at this point it's like, okay, spent the key. I guess we're going north. Dragondarch has discovered the Triforce and is also choosing to look around and is headed in the direction toward the red candle, I believe.
Indeed.
I think if I were to eat my steel, I might have left that bomb pack on the ground and... well,
At
I
least-
see. Just gonna up an A after grabbing another key.
At least bomb south in that room to try to go down that column.
Alright, so Dragon has discovered the red candle. They're gonna get that in their inventory as well. And having already picked up the red ring and knowing where the Triforce is, they will be out of this dungeon shortly. Which means they, too, will probably be continuing on to level 4 momentarily. So we've got a tight race.
Indeed we do. We'll have to see later on down the line if that red ring, as we see another Goma blocking a room. If that red ring pays off in a dungeon somewhere where there's maybe some difficult combat or such. This could also be our item room here in level 4.
2 bomb walls.
Not clearing for the item?
I think you might have gotten bomb suctioned out, or...
Nope, just not clearing for the item. Well, never mind, it's right here.
Oh, it's a Triforce room. He knows it's going to drop, and therefore it can't push.
Oh, fair enough.
And it's a power bracelet. We might actually be able to find the missing dungeon.
I remember there is a fantastic flag option called Remove Most Open Stair, where it will actually turn an open stair room with a Triforce into a push block room with a Triforce, and you have to grab the Triforce to push the block.
I like trying to make anagrams of things and remove most open stairs. Unfortunately, anagrams to Armos, which is very confusing when there's already something in this game called Armos.
It's a very good point.
I think I said anagram and I meant acronym, but you know what I mean.
It's all the same. I knew what you meant. But yes, that is a great point. All right, so PB in hand. We just need the jelly. Which level are we going to get underneath the power bracelet spot?
And which power bracelet spot, or spots, do we think it's going to be? I think the one next to the ferry actually is going to be a moneymaker, and then it's also going to become a potential bomb farming location. First, going to be finishing up some Death Mountain over here on Eat My Steel side.
Oh no! Dragondarch does not have any bombs.
Bombs have been a problem this whole seed.
That could be an issue.
I don't remember if there might have been like a bomb shop or something up in the cave in the upper left. I guess not.
There is a bomb shop at the down here where the candle shop is in the grave. So there is one close. Gonna get a bomb drop off these Octoroks though, so no big deal.
All right. Our first power bracelet spot over at the grave has a door pair. And Eat My Steel is going to be popping back into 5 because he has a bunch of bombs and is thinking about bombing it, or is he remembering the Goma's there and he's going to come back later? I'm not sure what the play is.
Key door is the play, I guess.
Fair.
Right into another.
It's a new boss.
I didn't know these existed. Not what you want to see. Four-headed Gleeox, not fun to deal with either, but no progress, so we wasted a key and did not get anywhere.
Now I think he's going to try some bombs to the north. And this is the room that I was guessing. Like over here, this one and the next one is a Goma, I think, and then the previous one is where the Aquanus used to be.
I think it needs to go down. So we haven't bombed up in the Aquamentus room, and then we need to go down a column and all the way to the left where the Goma is at to try to bomb in that room, so that we can bypass the ladder block. Not gonna do any of those things. We're just gonna go check the power bracelet spots, which I don't mind this at all.
He did try bombing up from the Aquamentus room, but that one didn't work, and then decided to bail.
Yeah, so, the Goma room. I'm sorry, the Goma room, the NSU Goma room. We could try to bomb up there to bypass that ladder block.
See, yeah.
So fortunately, I think I'm up to about 3/5 of a Dave seed. So if we keep going, I might actually graduate to Dave level.
Oh, you rolled this?
Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, we have a guy in our community named Panzer Dave, who is notorious for rolling the crappiest seeds on the face of the planet. Blessed by Dave is a meme and a curse at the same time.
Dragondarch is back in level 4 with the bombs, and so one hopes that the power bracelet will be forthcoming shortly, and that will kind of even things back up. Also manages to pick up a container heart in here. I'm not sure that Eat My Steel managed to grab that one.
No, did not get through the bottom of this column.
So we know who Chestjerk is rooting for.
Indeed. And yes, best for the viewers, terrible for the players.
Power bracelet spot here at the ferry that I had surmised. Sure enough,
It is.
turns out to be level 3.
Well, Matrick, you can roll my
12.
seed in. You can roll my seed in round 6.
13 Gomas.
Let's go! Who wants a bow? I want a bow.
And another Ruby boss. That one I approve of.
Good lord. Yeah, and not even just Gomas, NSU Gomas.
This has got to be the bow, right? It's a bow.
Oh my gosh, we can progress the seed.
All right, so that was level 4 power bracelet to the ferry spot for level 3 to get the bow in order to get into all the dungeons, basically.
What is it? What is the one that has all the Gomas? Level 2, I am going back there in a heartbeat. Gonna shoot me some Gomas. And the Triforce.
All right,
nice,
that was a quick 3 and very valuable.
So it's also looking like there could be a raft block dungeon. I'm loving it.
Yeah, we haven't seen 9.
There are so few places left to check. Yes, our recorder tune is level 9, which is great. Alright, we're going to use this fancy any road, which is actually saving a few screens.
That was actually, that was the one scenario where the any roads were actually going to do some work in this seed. Alright, 4th power bracelet spot comes up empty.
Alright, back to level 1.
Yeah.
Which, Eat My Steel has not seen the double rang. So this is the play for him. Just because there's 2 items outstanding here. It's a small dungeon. I fully agree with this play. And you could kill all the frickin' Gomas and probably find the map.
And
this
ironically...
is the map room right here, I'm telling you.
And ironically, without the bow, Dragondarch already cleared this, and we know exactly what's in here. So.
As he does find level 3. I gotta clear this pretty quick. Blue Goma's definitely rolled up.
And, yeah. Eat my steel. This Goma is like, eat my arrows.
Okay, so it's a key. My bad. It's the other Goma room that has the map.
That key is actually a really valuable drop. The way that the sea... Well, Dragondarch is at +6 keys somehow already. I guess they bought one as well, I think. I think both runners purchased a key.
I believe so.
And look at this! It's a bow, or perhaps a cross or something for Dragondarch as well.
Interesting up and A.
I think it might have been the hearts. Just wanted to get back to 3 hearts. It was near the entrance.
True.
Hey, look at this! It's a Goma who's gonna die.
Unfortunately, we take him on
this
a
is
little
actually,
bit of a trip.
it's gonna be, probably cause them to make a right turn, and we know that the Triforce is to the left. So this will actually cost Dragondarch a little bit of time. And
Hey!
Wizrobes!
Wizrobes!
They exist!
Look at that, level 1. Good gracious.
Oh, and they're tanks. Seems like they might have rolled up to 5 HP.
14 room, level 1, all in a nice, flat little thing.
Yeah, I think we can kind of see how, like, 1 and maybe 4 were kind of fitting together.
Yep, and if you look really carefully, you can see the boomerang right there that Eat My Steel just grabbed. Didn't quite know what the item was. It's hard to see it when it's blending in, but now unfortunately has 1 extra item to select swap through. Yeah, and Dragondarch, man, just took a right turn at Albuquerque, so to speak. Finds another heart container, so
gets a
whatever.
container heart, yeah.
I mean,
this could be important for Mags plays sooner or later.
I don't know about you, but I got a recorder that goes up there pretty close. If I get one more...
saw the magical sword. Was it in the very, like, upper left of Death Mountain or something?
Yeah, it was close. Okay. If I get one more, I'm checking it.
It's just kind of out of the way, unfortunately. Although, no, there wasn't really a dungeon up there to whistle back to either.
Yeah.
I guess there was the Armos.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty close. It's like 4 screens away, but...
Yeah, that's actually not so bad. I think level 5 is up there or something.
Yeah,
level 2.
Yeah, level 2. If you get one more heart, you get yourself an 80% chance. Even though it's easy combat, it just makes these rooms...
We just saw those Wizrobes that took 5 hits to kill, and you can imagine they might be a 9. Like, yeah, I definitely would want to go for it.
I can't imagine. I hope every room blue Wizrobes.
It's not possible because they're not Gomas, so... Yeah, the seed. Well, it's already said now.
That'll be your alternate. Oh man, he goes to like every room, finds the compass, and then there's the Triforce, like right by the item room. Unfortunately.
All right, so Dragondarch ends up sinking a bit more time into this level 3, but does pull an extra container heart out of it. We'll see if that ends up being a useful trade-off towards the end of this seed. And meanwhile, Eat My Steel is back in level 7. Which was found very early. Hey, look, it's a Goma.
Yeah, and picks up a couple of these keys that Dragondarch's already picked up, so we're now even on that metric. We'll see what we can find in here.
Indeed. Both the runners are also doing better on Ruby count than I thought they were going to be, so if they do encounter a bomb upgrade, it'll probably get purchased.
Yeah, even just leaving fivers on the ground.
I don't know about that.
Oh, there we go. We got back to it.
5-second rule. Hey, there's Triforce.
Yeah, the Triforce that Dragondarch got early. And we were blocked out of this room going up because of a Goma, and we didn't have keys, so we might get to see a little bit more of this dungeon.
Oh yes, the 5-second rule. Sorry, yeah, I misspoke there. Thanks, 7.
Alright. Gomas galore. It's time to murder them all. Another ladder.
Except for the ones that, yeah, might be past a ladder block room.
Hey, a
we
map.
Know the importance of the ladder.
Oh my heavens.
Ugh, and now here you just have to kind of like wait and hope that the Stalfos is going to walk back your way, or otherwise have to up A and lose your hearts and go back to the beginning of the dungeon. It's like, hurry up and get over here. There you go. Six is a Trogdor, I can see it. There's another Patra.
And there's another Goma.
I think that might be Goma 15.
There's a bomb upgrade. It's a nice 5 for 113. Not bad.
Waiter carrying a stack of pancakes. I can see that too. Now
oh, shoot. Staircase required.
And it seems like the Moldorm here is a little bit of a tank as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw one of these earlier, and they definitely rolled up to 4 hits. One of these days, Fred will code it so that we can shoot arrows and use boomerangs and pick up the floor items that drop.
Yeah, and I must have just missed it. There was a bomb upgrade, I guess.
Yeah, +5 for 113.
That's good.
Hey, look! It's another Goma.
Oh my god! And a Goma! Like, that's good. All right, because just, you know, one Goma in the segment was... I mean, that's just silly.
I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, this is insane.
17 Gomas, if I've counted correctly, which I probably haven't.
What an like, these dungeons suck.
At least both runners now have the bow.
I mean, they're so linear. All of them have all these little, like, you know, shoots and such that you gotta deal with. Man.
That's one of the weird side effects of, like, the way the dungeons fit together as puzzle pieces, is when you end up with one dungeon with a bunch of segments, that probably means all the other dungeons are also going to have a bunch of segments. Or when one is super linear across the top, that means the one below it's going to be super linear across the bottom.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be honest, like, I haven't played, I hated shape. I've come around on shapes a little bit since the map algorithm's gotten better, as we have another, but you should be able to comment. But we have a room blocked by it, of course. But it seems like in the more late iterations, when Fred changed it to 7, 8, and 9, share a grid, it seems like we've gotten a lot more of these flattened out levels and these ones that have all these really weird long corridors and such.
I was not around back in the day to make such comparisons, so
oh, look!
Nothing to say there. Hey, it's a bomb pack on the ground. Oh, that's not what you're calling out? Oh.
It's our friend, Goma, 37. It's a cloning project gone wrong.
I like how the Tektites also look like Gomas.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
They're just minis.
They got an eye, they got the little legs.
I am truly flabbergasted. This is nuts. Oh look, it's something different.
Gleeok. This one only has 2 heads. 2 heads are better than 4.
Yeah, and this one's got 2 also, but...
Oh, okay, so there's 2 of them in a row with 2 heads, so that's just like the 4-head Gleeok that we saw before, basically.
Yeah. And unfortunately not having the red ring, those are still difficult combat for Eat My Steel. And this is not the item room here. So again, you don't want to die. You're 10 to 11 rooms in, but at this point now you have to clear Gleeok to do something new.
Dragon finds the compass, now knows the location of the Triforce in level 6, is in the waiter's underarm.
This should be our item room here in level 7. And he already knows where the Triforce is.
It should be. There we go.
Alright, what do we got? Raft? Give me the raft. Yes!
Raft. You called it. So, coast or island?
And
is it going to be level 9?
It has to be level 9, yes?
I guess so.
Which means that level 6 is probably...
heart. Dragondarch finds the container heart in 6 just before getting to the Triforce room.
So going up there, and I am getting that that magical sword. But this has got to be the ladder in level 6, right? Like, what else do we have? Unless level 5, you can bomb up and bypass that the ladder block.
I also don't remember in level 2 what was going on.
I don't either. It's been a bit.
It might have been ladder blocked, actually. Might have been a Chevy, like, 1 room in.
A Chevy or Goma? I think there was a Goma one direction and a Chevy the other. So, could go back there. EMS going to go to level 6. We've got our item. What do we got? It's going to be the wand. It's our ladder.
Okay. All right, so we had the runners kind of in lockstep with one another for the most part. You know, only one minute ahead of the other for a while, but they finally have some divergence. Dragondarch pulls the ladder out of 6. Eat My Steel pulls the raft out of 7, and it seems likely that both items are going to be required to finish the seed, and so we probably are still in a dead heat here, would be my assessment.
Yeah, and question in chat, will Dragondarch go back for the key? I would imagine since you're 4 screens away and you've only got 3. I feel like I'm going to do this 2-2, go try to grab the magical sword, and then make my way back into level 2 and 5. Now, the real question, again, is will level 7 be the last dungeon that they choose to dig if that raft is indeed required?
Any key has been grabbed by Dragondarch off the coast. No longer has to worry about running out of those.
Yeah, Eat My Steel should have the Triforces from 1 and 7, and Dragondarch just got the one from level 6. Now, if Eat My Steel... I guess you have to take the staircase, that's right. And say, if you head south right away and burns it, I don't blame him. Yeah, Dragondarch making a beeline for the magical sword. What are your bets on it being 14? If you say anything other than 20%, you're wrong.
Actually, you could argue that either 100% or 0% are the only right answers, and it just depends on which in this particular seed.
There.
100%! Yeah!
Yeah! Major combat upgrade. So a red ring and magical sword, that alone shaves 5 minutes off your seed.
And I have to imagine there's going to be wizrobes in 9, and so unless it turns out to be like a trivial 9, like that could be a huge advantage for the late game. He's going back to 2. Can't remember which Armos it's in. There we go. And we'll get a chance to see if it was the key block or the ladder block or the Goma block or the...
Yeah, all of them.
Right, it was the Gibdo segment right at the beginning. I'd forgotten about this, but now it's starting to come back to me.
Such a great dungeon. Alright, Emi still needs to get south. Gonna fight this Patra. Gets 1 bop before death. Do not be fooled by the red sprite. Does not have the red ring. Oh, that's right. We had to Goma to go to the east.
And sure enough, as you called that before, Goma was blocking the map in here, so that's why we didn't get a chance to see what was going on. Oh, interesting.
Beautiful. A tip of the cap. EMS doing a great job fighting this Patra, by the way.
But it is costing him time. Oh, he's still alive.
All it takes. Oh, almost, man. The iframe saving him there. Walked right. Oop, man. Stop doing that.
All right. Also earns the compass. It's going to head directly in that direction, but there's a ladder elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you're EMS, you are checking. Oh, no, no. Ooh. Always makes me nervous. You're checking everything in here. You know you need an item. Specifically, you need the ladder. So you're going to be checking everything in here. You don't have anywhere else to go.
Meanwhile, Dragon is just melting these Gibdos with the magical sword. Got some Stalfos or Moblins or whatever the heck those are. Also going down in 1 hit.
Gets a book.
Walks right by the fiber.
I don't mind books. You got 9 left. You got 5. EMS doing a good job taking down this manhandler there. Gonna find the item room. 1.5 hearts. Don't die. Don't get
eaten by Wallmaster. Yeah, that would be the scariest bit for me at this point. All right, but manages to pick up a heart. He's gonna get in here. Get his ladder. And head back to the Triforce, and at 1 hour in, we have an exciting match.
Yeah, I mean, right now we are essentially tied. Dragondarch getting ready to go up by 1 Triforce, and obviously up Red Ring, Magical Sword, but elsewise, we are on an even playing field, other than the raft out of level 7 for EMS, which is likely needed to get to level 9. Red Ring was 2 rooms to the right in level 8. It just so happens that Eat My Steel went south instead of going east and did not get it picked up.
And to remind me, it doesn't show Triforce 1 for Eat My Steel on the tracker, but I believe that's one that he already has, correct?
Has 1 and 7, yes.
Great.
And Eat My Steel going to go back to level 2 now. Going to get the Triforce out of here, pick up a book, I would imagine. So yeah, we're gonna be fairly close. It's just gonna depend on I'm pretty sure at this point the raft is required and how long it's gonna take to.
And so at this point, do we know White Sword and what else is in 9? Oh, Silvers.
And you cannot bomb up out of that Goma room, so the ladder is required for level 5. So this is a ladder required seed. This is likely. I could say likely. This could be our staircase also, but we still have 1 item here. So the wand is still outstanding as well.
Oh, I'd forgotten about the wand. Touche.
Dragondarch taking out their ire and killing every Goma on the face of the planet. Unfortunately, they breed too quick. There's still 8 or 9 of them in level 9. Let's see if EMS takes out this Goma. This will give him the map. A book is in level 2. Dragondarch already has the book. It is, I believe, in the U column towards the bottom. 15 hearts for Dragondarch. Good heavenly lord. Chest Jerk, this is your best friend. Send him a message after the game. Guys get together, have some coffee. Also of interesting note, Eat My Steel did not go pick up the any key. It was just a few screens away.
Routing kind of thing, yeah.
Still with just a few screens away, and the recorder. I don't think it was too far out of the way, but maybe with 5 keys.
I mean, sitting on 5 keys, yeah, it's one of those things that like maybe you decide if you need to route it in before level 9. And actually, if level 9 turns out to be the coast island, it'll be an opportune time to just go ahead and swing by it just then.
Indeed. Speaking of hearts.
Yum.
Alright, we still haven't found a push block room here. Level 5 playing very coy with its item room.
Aha!
Maybe.
Perhaps this will be the one. Or not.
Nope! Hey, here it is! And it is the white sword.
White sword, yes.
Very confusing with that sprite set.
Indeed. And so that means the wand and the silvers are in level 9. And the white sword, interestingly enough now, Eat My Steel is going to have to dive, or presumably will dive, level 5, in order to be looking for the silvers. Will discover the white sword and pick it up, and that will somewhat negate Dragon's otherwise strong advantage going into level 9 with the magical sword.
Yes, indeed. Alright, book, I believe, for Eat My Steel as well. Gonna get trolled by another shoot room. I'm telling you, this has been a great seed. It's had all the good trolls. So just level 6 left for... No, Dragondarch has level 6,
I think
yes?
Dragondarch has, already picked up the level 6 Triforce as well. And so Dragondarch is very close to trying to discover the location of level 9, which we think has to be on one of the 2 islands.
Yeah, so gotta know that they have to go back into level 7 then. Having discovered every other item.
And I'm unsure, why is Eat My Steel killing this room?
Shutter door. Gotta go south. It's a shoot room.
Oh, of course.
There's a shoot room to the east.
I was misreading the mini-map and thinking that he had to go north rather than had to go south. I swapped his location and the tracker's location. Or in the Triforce location.
Right back into level 7. So again, we're at 105, but you gotta remember, these guys have full cleared this seed. They've done it's done!
The 16th heart.
Just GG it. The full perfect 16. Chester, if you don't send this guy a Christmas card, I'm going to be very disappointed.
That's amazing.
What a rarity. All 16 hearts. Usually taken out within the first 5 minutes because of a take any cave. But no, this guy's got more heart than Captain Planet.
Alright, Eat My Steel has found the compass in level 5. And
actually
it's one room away from where the white sword is. I believe it's just to the south of here.
Yeah, but that key door, do you want to do it? I don't know.
He knows the any key's on the coast. He's suspecting he might need to swing by there. But it's kind of out of the way toward the Triforce, so that might steer him away. But he's still looking for the silvers, and so he might come back. So it's hard to anticipate exactly what's going to happen here. Meanwhile, presumably Dragondarch is tracked, and we think has possibly seen all the rest of the overworld, and so knows that the raft is required, and therefore knows already to expect to find the raft in here and the silvers in level 9.
Yeah, again, just to point out, like, how good of runners that these guys are. Dragondarch has full cleared the overworld and is in the final dungeon to pick up the final item to go to level 9, and it's only an hour and 7 minutes in. And he doesn't do it! He burns the any keys that he has infinite of and saves the heart. What a champion. Imai still gonna get the bad news that all of these are not what he's looking for.
And so, given that the silvers are going to be a 9, Dragon's going to have to be looking through staircases, may encounter the wand first, and then will have basically truly full cleared the seed.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm hoping that they have to go to every room in level 9.
And at this point, would you just go and grab the wand just for the novelty of it?
No, not with the magical sword, unfortunately. I would not, but...
I would be tempted, even though it's going to cost me 5 seconds.
And Dragondarch with the raft. Meanwhile, Eat My Steel needs to double back down to the bottom to find out that this is not... I mean, it's helpful. It's a white sword, but unfortunately costing him a few minutes here. And then got to discover... I mean, we're 2 minutes difference here between these runners. Like, it is neck and neck.
Island in the middle of the world is not
coast.
level 9, so it is indeed the coast. We've done a good job calling the dungeon locations tonight.
I got my wish, right? I had the power bracelet and the raft spot. It's always great. All right, so Eat My Steel finds the white sword. Not gonna be too upset about it. Obviously, if I had an option, I would say give me my silvers so I don't have to check level 9. But gonna ease up combat a little bit. I mean, we are literally... So, Dragondarch's gonna go in at, like, 109.50?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And I'm betting Eat My Steel. We're gonna go jump and get the... We're gonna check the closest one first.
Looks
go
like
get our
51 room level 9. Pretty chunky. I would be actually tempted to walk around if we weren't still looking for silver arrows. So obviously we're gonna see every staircase checked.
It wasn't silvers. I was holding my breath for a second. I was going to be really disappointed.
I was already planning the line that I was going to speak aloud. I was going to say, after an exhaustive search, Dragondarch has finally found silver arrows, but alas, I was not able to use said line. I'll have to save it for another commentary.
Be Zelda here. And there it is.
Wow! Alright.
Yeah, I was kind of curious. You couldn't bomb down into that room. Hey, our first dig doggy!
Oh, yeah. Nice little clip across the T-mote.
I do indeed have whiz robes.
This portion of the dungeon.
Yeah, so Eat My Steel. Oh,
it's the wand. Hey, he doesn't grab it. Ah, the dream's dead.
Yeah, so we're gonna have.
He saw every item in the game, even if he did not actually lay hands. I guess he also had left the magical boomerang behind. I forgot about that.
It's gonna be like a minute 30 difference. Again, red ring, magical sword.
He didn't pick up the white sword. He didn't pick up the magical boomerang, and now he hasn't picked up the wand. Those elements are all blue, which means when he finds the silver arrows, he will also not pick them up. It's deductive logic.
And also going the same direction here. If he takes this staircase, gonna find Zelda, and we're gonna be on equal terms. Gonna go north. That's really interesting. Why would you... You know you need silvers. Why are you skipping staircases, Eat My Steel? I demand an answer. You don't have silver arrows. Okay, thank you. And there they are! Oh my goodness, Dragondarch already finds the silvers.
So now it's become a Ganon hunt. Where is the pig? And...
Good grief, those are right here too.
Some whiz ropes or something else put a kink in Eat My Steel's lack of armor.
Yeah, that's just 2 rooms north of where he's currently at. Can you go north in this room, though? That's the real question. I guess you'd have to bomb around.
Mr. Cab, you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Oh, look, it's a Goma. I believe that's Goma number 19.
We got to get to 20. All right, let's see if EMS will bomb up here. Probably not. Just going to go around. But got to find those silvers soon enough as well. Hopefully doesn't take this staircase. And backs on out and checks the round.
Glad you came, like, apparently the sprite. Does pick up the wand.
I forgot this was the wand. Yeah.
Interesting.
So really what this is going to come down to, because EMS is going to get their silvers very quickly as well, this is going to come down to route divergence, because Dragondarch is ahead by a few rooms.
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to, does Eat My Steel take a staircase? Does Dragondarch take a staircase? Some things like that. Obviously,
one of them fail to kill a Digdogger that might be masking Ganon's roar, yeah.
Or does Eat My Steel take a death just because it doesn't have a red ring and goes north instead? Fortunately, it looks like this is going to turn him right around. Silvers are to the left here. Ganon playing pretty good hide-and-seek. I'm going to guess the far southwest corner. Or even better, that one little room in the L column in the middle.
I'm thinking like V2. But yeah, if you arrived late, this one has been a pretty tight race pretty much the entire time. For a lot of the last 20 minutes, it felt like Dragondarch had a minor lead, which I think still continues now, but both runners doing a very good job on a seed that threw a lot of trolls our way.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you might still taking the exact same path Dragondarch did, so just going to basically retrace the steps.
Yeah, stay a few rooms behind.
Unless they go left here.
That same Goma number 19.
Gotta take it out. I wonder if we take the staircase. If it is a staircase, that would create some deviation. Nope, just getting revenge.
Your roar? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and it's gonna go right, which makes sense. You want to check these far right column rooms while you're here.
Try the Konami code or something. That's good advice. Definitely do that on the Z-Tracker startup screen.
All right, gonna be forced to take a staircase here.
Struggling with the clip.
And
Eat My Steel takes a death. That's one of the things we were worried about.
Well, you know, this may not be a bad thing. Maybe they'll take the right-hand side, or the left-hand side here, take their left. Yeah, so this is a totally new path. This could very well run right into Ganon. We haven't been over here. So we've seen it before, and I think Dragondarch has even been like on the positive end of this, where you take a death, and it turns out you went the right direction because of it. Also an up and A from Dragondarch. Will they go left? Indeed. So now we're on the same path again. And there is a Ganon on Eat My Steel side with 1.5 hearts. White sword. Dragondarch gonna be there now. Gotta get the
with the magic sword? Like, oh my goodness. This could be really tight.
Oh no, the death.
And Dragondarch ended up going the other way, so Eat My Steel is going to get a little bit of extra time here. I don't believe either runner has a potion. Is that true?
They do not, but Dragondarch has a red ring.
Yeah.
But Dragondarch went every wrong direction first, so we're going to have simultaneous entries into this room. But Dragondarch
Eat My Steel, you really need a stun lock.
Dragondarch has the magic sword! Does not get the stun lock. Dragondarch does. Oh, Ganon just not playing nice for EMS. Oh, we're gonna have a photo finish. Oh my goodness. The death did him in.
And there's the stun lock finally. EMS takes down Ganon, has not yet seen a dot done. Knows the location. But Dragon, a step ahead, They're going to find Zelda and be the first to finish this race. Amazing.
Oh man, what a race! First place with a time of 1:17:32. Eat my steel right on the back end. Gonna finish this out. And what is this gonna be? 1:17:52.
As a very close race.
Wow! Get your GGs out. What a freaking race, guys. Man!
I'm just sad that we didn't see the 20th Goma.
Well, not even that. If Eat My Steel hadn't died, this would have been within seconds.
Oh, definitely. There's a few things that, yeah, totally could have swung this race. But yeah, such is the nature of Rando. But yeah, that was a very exciting one to watch. Pretty much from start to finish.
Trying to get our racers in for an interview here.
And it looks like the start. Oh, go ahead. It looks like we're joined by Eat My Steel.
Yeah, good game. What a race.
Yo, thanks.
That was a tight race throughout. There were a lot of things that were holding you guys up. How did you feel about it overall?
Oh, I mean, everything was bow blocked or ladder blocked. It was pretty ridiculous early on. I was just like, find nothing. The whole, like, first half hour, I think.
Yeah, we were looking, I think it might have been like possibly as late as 38 minutes before you picked up a first Triforce piece, which normally would just feel awful in a race. But in this race, it was still a tight race at that point.
Yeah, it was just... I didn't feel too bad because everything early, there was no place to dig. You just couldn't go anywhere. I mean, it's... so, yeah, I was right up to the end. Once I've had the pig down, I was like, I got it. No, I don't. Oh, man.
Yeah, if you had not taken that death, I think you guys would have been within 2 or 3 seconds. It was crazy. Dragondarch had the big advantage of Red Ring and Magical Sword. Red Ring was 2 rooms to the right in level 8. You just happened to go south at the start and never went back in.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And yeah, it looks like Dragon had to reset some stuff with Discord to get the mic working, and so hopefully we'll be joined by them in just a moment as well.
Yep, knew that was Red Ring just at the end. That was the only item I didn't pull out and find. So yeah, that would have been a game changer if I found that back when I was an 8. So
At least in 5, it ended up being a consolation prize. I guess that was the last one that was still kind of an unknown to you at that moment. You got the white sword.
yeah, I mean, that kind of helped a little bit at the end, but especially with the Ganon fight, that was kind of nice. But I was sure it wasn't going to go looking for mags.
Did you see a blue Wizrobe during that scene?
Yes, I did. I know. I think I killed one.
There were some in level 9 that you had to go through, I believe.
Yeah, there was some in 9, and then I think 2 had a couple.
Okay, I forgot.
So I'm going to ask you this before Dragondarch gets into. On a scale of 1 to Dave, how would you rate this seed?
I would. Once you got certain things, it wasn't too bad. So I'll give this 3/4 of a Dave.
That's not too bad. I think we counted 19 total Gomas, at least is what we saw.
Yeah, it was just Goma breeding ground is what I'd label this seed. Good lord, every other room was a Goma. 1 was lousy with them. 6, 5, ugh, rotten.
Bill, well done. Like again, we were talking about, you guys feel like you're not getting anything done, but you guys literally full cleared the overworld. You cleared every dungeon, and we're still done in sub 120, which is pretty crazy. Dragondarch's in the booth. Congratulations on your win. What a race!
Thanks. I wish my microphone was excited about this win as I was, because it just had no interest in working for some reason.
We were just kind of, running things back, and it was a tight race kind of the whole way through. I think for a lot of the latter half, like, you did feel like you had kind of a 1 or 2 minute advantage, perhaps as a result of picking up the magical sword and the extra hearts, which just ended up making potentially a difference in the combat in level 9.
Yeah, I was a little surprised I found all 16 of them. I was at 15, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back into 7, and then I just found the one in 7. I'm like, I'm picking this up just because I can. And then, Mags wasn't that far from 2 or 5, so I figured I was just gonna make a play for it when I headed up there, since I had 13 anyway. And I didn't know where the white sword was, and then I found the white sword right after getting it, so of course.
Indeed. But as a result, you either got or laid eyes on every item in the game, and so that's pretty impressive in a rando seed.
Yeah, that was literal full 100%. Full overworld 100%, full item knowledge. The fact that was sub 120 is kind of amazing.
Yeah, we were talking about at the start of this, the fact that you're both 2 and 2. And we originally said 1 and 3, which surprised me even more. But that you're both 2 and 2 is just a testament to how stacked the field is in this particular tournament. Because again, you're full clearing an entire seed in 1 hour 20 minutes, and it's crazy how good people have gotten at the rando.
Yeah, with these flags especially, I think you can't take anybody for granted, even more so. You never can, but I think these flags really kind of level the playing field. I've said that before, but just you never know what you're walking into. You never know when you're going to get blocked by a Goma or something. You don't have the bow, and your opponent does.
19 of them. Actually, you got the bow first, Deep My Steel. It was only by about probably 45 seconds.
Yeah, it was really close.
But yeah, this whole thing was pretty much tit for tat. It was pretty fun to watch.
Just about the only divergence, like you guys, obviously a lot of the seed ended up being kind of linear, just the way that things were blocked out, but you guys pretty much were in the same place. Other than 6 and 7, you guys did an opposite order. One had the raft, one had the ladder, both ended up being required. And so that was the one place that you guys were kind of ships passing in the night, but otherwise it was, neck and neck.
Yeah, there were a ton of, I think I had 3 dungeons ladder blocked that I knew were ladder blocked. 2 that I knew were ladder blocked. 1 that I thought maybe I could get around it, and I knew 2, 3, or 4 were potentially bow blocked. I'm like, where the heck is this stupid bow? And then I don't know. It was just search everywhere and hope I could find it, because I was I legitimately thought I was way behind.
Yeah, when I found the bow, and then I had that, you get the power bracelet in 8 to get the bow out of 3, and that kind of opens up everything else, and then you need the ladder out of 6. Once I had the bow, when I found it, I thought it felt like maybe this is the key right here. Get this, and I didn't feel so bad after I got the bow.
Yeah, it was unfortunately one of those seeds where it was a bunch of blocks everywhere until you found particular items, and maps were not very easily found either, which kind of complicated issues early on.
Yeah, that one was ridiculous, especially. The one bomb hole to the left that I missed, I went in there twice looking around, and the second time I was like, I was sure I was going to have everything I needed. Nope. One bomb hole, missed it.
Yeah, bombs also were just hard to get your hands on early in the overworld, and they kind of cost a bit in the shops. It was a while before you guys really had bombs and started discovering all those places and being able to go to Death Mountain.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money on bombs. I was glad there was a fair amount of money just from the secrets, because I was able to buy just about everything I wanted. But I think I bought 3 or 4 packs at the 35 cost, and it's just oh my god, I hope I have enough money for everything else.
Yeah, money didn't really seem too bad to me. I bought probably about as many packs of bombs too. The only thing I wanted money for was arrows. So, it was just you had to right order everything. Get that lucky red ring out of 8.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, that right there probably made the biggest difference. Just not getting that red ring probably cost you. Well, I mean, there was the one Ganon death for sure, but just the caution in general when you're walking around with a heart and a half. There's a couple of minutes there that could be saved.
Yeah, there was like
the way
a
it goes.
patcher fight in one of the late dungeons that you definitely had to play very carefully. Yeah.
Yeah, I was level 6. Yeah, the other thing I thought was kind of funny was for every time that I walked out of a dungeon and walked back into it and had to walk right back out because I messed up my controls, is like, if I didn't do that, would that make the difference in a close game? I was thinking that as I was racing, and then, 20-second difference here? If I didn't do that 3 times, how close was that? But then...
Yeah, it's crazy. I do stuff like that too. I'll accidentally pirouette on a perfect frame or whatever. It does happen.
Yeah, I do that constantly. I'll walk out, go around a thing, and only hold it for like 1 frame, and then hit right, and it's like, oh well, I guess I'm going back in the cave now. Cool.
Either that, or I'll forget. Like, I'll go back to a dungeon, and I will forget which direction you enter. And so, you press up generally, because that's what our brain thinks when we play Zelda. We press up to go places. Well, you enter from the top, and then you just exit again. I've done that more than times that I want to even mention.
Mm-hmm.
But great race, gentlemen. It's one of those ones I think you want to watch back. It was that good. But appreciate you all racing. I think we have 2 more tomorrow. Let me look at the schedule here. There's not much left. We have got Zardia and Zeugman. I guess it's actually this morning at now. Going on, so I don't believe there's a restream, but you can multi-twitch that one. Zygmunt, one of our European players. And then we've got man, I'm gonna say this wrong. Nimana. Nimanva? Man, I don't know. It looks like Nirvana, but I know that's wrong. And Lack Attack 24, they're racing tomorrow at 1 Eastern. Once that one's done, we'll be completed for the week. So I imagine around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern, we'll have the wheel again, maybe a little bit earlier, so that way Krim and TG can get some rest. But be sure to check in for that to see what the Week 6 matchups will be. You guys have anything else to comment on your race?
No, just thanks for doing the comms and for everybody watching, the tracker, the restreamers, everybody. Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, I got nothing else. Thanks for doing the comms, and glad it was entertaining.
Yeah, highly entertaining. And thanks to our tracker in the background. I think they already dodged out, but Freedom Fighter did our tracking tonight. Appreciate that. Always appreciate our trackers. Again, I'll say it every time. It's not a job I could do. I don't have the attention span to track properly. So thank you very much. And thank you to Lorgon for doing comms with me this evening / morning. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching.
So with that, we are going to go ahead and take it on out. Again, if you want, go check out our 2 streamers, Zardia and Soigman. Run up a multi-Twitch. Watch that race if you want. Otherwise, have a good night.